The SCO summit has ended. A lot has happened in Samarkand over the last 2 days. So here are some of the key takeaways from the summit. First is the crucial Modi and Putin bilateral. It took place at the sidelines of the SCO summit. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi told Russian President Vladimir Putin that now is not a time for war. New Delhi and Moscow have long-standing ties dating back to the Cold War. So far, Russia remains India's biggest arms supplier. But in their first face-to-face meeting since the Ukrainian invasion, PM Modi stressed the importance of democracy, diplomacy and dialogue.
Once again, I would like to welcome all of you.
एक्सेलेंसी, मैं जानता हूं कि आज का युग युद्ध का है नहीं, और हमने फोन पर भी कई बार आपसे इस विषय में बात की है कि डेमोक्रेसी और डिप्लोमेसी और डायलॉग, ये सारी बातें ऐसी हैं कि जो दुनिया को एक स्पर्श करती है। आने वाले दिनों में शांति के रास्ते पर हम कैसे बढ़ सके, उसके विषय में जरूर आज हमें चर्चा करने का मौका मिलेगा।
Meanwhile, Putin says he is in no hurry to finish Ukraine's military campaign. However, he added that he understood India's concerns over the war.
I know your position on the conflict in Ukraine, and I know your concerns, which you are always expressing. We will do everything to end this war as soon as possible.
Now, Indian Prime Minister also talked about economy and made a push for transit rights. He said that India will emerge as the fastest growing major economy.
हम भारत को एक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब बनाने पर प्रगति कर रहे हैं। भारत का युवा और प्रतिभाशाली वर्कफोर्स को मैं स्वाभाविक रूप से कॉम्पिटिटिव बनाता है। इस वर्ष भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था में 7.5% वृद्धि की आशा है, जो विश्व की बड़ी इकोनॉमीज में सबसे अधिक होगी।
Now, on the other hand, the push for transit rights was a message for Islamabad. PM Modi said that it took many months for India to get transit rights to send supplies to Afghanistan via Pakistan, adding that better connectivity was required for development.
महामारी और यूक्रेन के संकट से ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन्स में कई बाधाएं उत्पन्न हुई, जिसके कारण पूरा विश्व अभूतपूर्व ऊर्जा एवं खाद्य संकट का सामना कर रहा है। एससीओ को हमारे क्षेत्र में विश्वस्त, रेजिलिएंट और डाइवर्सिफाइड सप्लाई चेन्स विकसित करने के लिए प्रयत्न करने चाहिए। इसके लिए बेहतर कनेक्टिविटी की आवश्यकता तो होगी ही, साथ ही यह भी महत्वपूर्ण होगा कि हम सभी एक दूसरे को ट्रांजिट का पूरा अधिकार दें।
But the Modi-Putin bilateral wasn't the only crucial bilateral of the summit. The focus was also on meeting between Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin. The Russian president thanked the Chinese leader for his balanced position on Ukraine, but also understood Beijing's questions and concerns over the conflict. The president explicitly backed China over Taiwan, saying that Moscow firmly adheres to the One China policy. Instead, he condemned US provocations in the Taiwan Strait.
Attempts to create a unipolar world have recently acquired an absolutely ugly form and are completely unacceptable.
There was a lot of buzz about a potential Modi-Xi meeting. Since the 2020 Galwan clashes, ties have nosedived between the two Asian giants. So the SCO naturally provided an occasion for reconciliation. Both sides did not confirm any meeting, but a week before the summit, New Delhi and Beijing announced disengagement at Gogra Hot Springs PP15. However, the two leaders did not end up meeting at the SCO summit. China and Russia congratulated India for taking over the SCO presidency. India will host the SCO summit in 2023. Chinese President Xi Jinping even said he would support India in organizing the summit. But the summit wasn't all business. On a lighter note, the Russian president wished Prime Minister Modi for his birthday. Listen in.
I also know that tomorrow, my dear friend, you are about to celebrate your birthday. As per the Russian tradition, we never offer congratulations in advance, so I cannot do that right now. But I would like you to know that we know about that, and we wish you all the best. We wish all the best to the friendly Indian nation, and we wish prosperity to India under your leadership.
Now for more on this, our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibul has sent us this report. Listen in.
The Samarkand summit of Shanghai Cooperation Organization has concluded. Now we know that when it comes to the outcomes of the meeting, first has been on the expansion. Iran has officially become the member of the grouping, and next year when India hosts the summit, Iran will sit with other member countries as a full-fledged member. Secondly, of course, handing over of presidency to India. India has officially become the president and will be hosting the summit next year. And of course, thirdly, the Samarkand declaration. The Indian Prime Minister spoke at length on various issues. He highlighted the food security issue, pointing out that usage of millets is something that can benefit everyone. He talked about transit routes not being given. We know that Pakistan has been essentially stopping India's connectivity plans to its west, and this is a message to Islamabad. And thirdly, of course, he pointed the Ukraine conflict and the COVID pandemic impacted the supply chains, and this is an interesting development given the fact that this grouping is dominated by Russia and China. So that is the message in itself. But we also saw countries like China and Russia both welcoming India's presidency of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. In fact, President Xi Jinping said that he supports India's presidency. So all in all, it was fruitful engagement of the world leaders, a summit happening in person after a gap of 2 years. There were summits previously, but all virtual. The last in-person summit was in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, and now again it happened in Samarkand with a lot of visuals, a lot of body language that everyone closely observed. With video journalist Ajit, Siddhant Sibul for WION in Samarkand, Uzbekistan.